right. Hello, hello. Hope everyone's doing well. Here, let me put on some background music while we speculate as to what Papa Arc System Works has to show us. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I should probably spread the not that. I'm gonna spread around the news, of course. All right, here. Let me put on some background music for you guys real fast. I need to update my stream playlist because there's quite a few unfortunate songs that do get copyright struck, even though I thought I was pretty good about that. Let's see here. All right. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to take out anything. I'm probably going to have to take out anything Too Mellow related, even though Too Mellow's a big favorite artist of mine. Hello, Fajok. Nice to see you as always. Let's see. Well, you can watch the RPS stream however you wish, Fajok. We're always happy to have you. Alright, now that we got that bopping a little bit, I'm going to spread around the YouTube link just a little bit more. All right, let's see. So, what are some things that we really want to see? You know what? Let's make a bingo. Let's make a bingo card. I highly doubt we're gonna get bingo because what? They're probably gonna talk about what, like 3 games, maybe. But we can speculate. We can speculate still. Is the emote working on YouTube? Through here, it is unfortunately not working. But I imagine it's working in the YouTube stream. Maybe there's a way I can fix that. Okay, awesome. It's a good emote. It's got a lot of history behind it as well. You know what? We definitely won't have enough to make a bingo, but let's use this time to talk about what we want to see. And we'll separate it into 3 categories. Here, let me just... window capture. And I'll make it this little notepad. Why don't we? All right. For the time being, I'm going to put it over this. All right. I want to separate it into a few different categories. For one, I want the likely... Wow. Here, let me make the font bigger so it actually shows up on stream. Okay, okay. All right, there we go. Likely to appear. So the things that I think are likely to show up in this showcase is like Guilty Gear news. So they're probably going to show off the next character. so on and so forth. What else? We're probably gonna see some Marvel Tokon news. A lot of people are excited for that. But then some stuff that would be what's the word? It's like I'm trying to think of something that encompasses that. It's surprising, but not unheard of. So like, I guess you could say a pleasant surprise, but not. I wouldn't necessarily say that. Let's just say like, yeah, there's probably going to be some bum ass drive news, unfortunately. And I am excited for Marvel Tokon. I usually hate tag fighters, but there's a few design choices there that make me think I might want to give that one a try. With the main one being that there's one universal health bar. And I'm pretty sure that was confirmed. Because I hate tag fighters where, you know, a big complaint Jazz has always had is that he just wants to learn one character and just stick to that, right? So when you have to like balance that between like two other health bars, it usually gets kind of like annoying if you want to have like a dedicated main, because you need to know how to play effectively two other characters. But it also means that the damage is inherently a lot higher. For example, if you have a favorite character that you like playing, like if you like maining just one character, it's very likely that character could just get touch of death and you're like, well, fuck, I can't play the one character I wanted to play. Hey, Saints Ronin. There's going to be some big fighting game news here in about 30 minutes, and we're speculating what it could possibly be. I'm not sure how familiar you are with the company of ArcSys Works, but they're really well known for creating games like Guilty Gear Strive, Dragon Ball FighterZ. They made the BlazBlue series. They made a lot of stuff. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax is another one of my favorite games that they've made. They could be dropping a lot of different things, and they're also in charge of the new Marvel Tokon, which effectively looks like a new Marvel vs. Capcom. So, what should the next category be where it's like in the realm of possibility? How about that? We could see revival of Persona Arena / Fighters. I want to imagine that Fighters. I'd have to look up the sales. You know what? Let me do that real fast. Sales of Dragon Ball Fighters. I'm gonna look up the sales numbers of Dragon Ball FighterZ and then compare it to the new one that came out, Sparking Zero. All right, it says that FighterZ sold over 10 million copies. What about sales of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, huh? Okay, so FighterZ like doubled the sales of Sparking Zero. So I want to imagine that like I want to imagine that Bandai probably is eager to continue working with ArcSys Works, however that ends up coming about, right? I do kind of want another Persona fighter, but I'm tired of Persona 5 being milked right now. That's true. That's true. They do be milking the absolute shit out of Persona 5. I mean, it's also possible that by extension, because the remake of Persona 4 is coming out, that they just re-release Persona 4 Arena Ultimax with updates. And that goes for fighters as well. So that's like kind of connected. Because, you know, Persona 4 content, it definitely isn't outside. It's definitely possible, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Another thing that's in the realm of possibility is an entirely new IP, right? They've done it with fighters, they've done it with Persona, they've done it with so many different companies and IPs And it honestly, they've done it with DNF Duel, right? They've done it with so many different companies and IPs that they could really just do it with anything at this point. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying, I really hope there's a One Piece fighting game or a Naruto fighting game that ArcSys is working on. Arc System Works has shown they can do it with anything. Even though their specialty is probably anime, they can make a strong fighting game with pretty much any IP at this point if they're willing to work with them. All right. Let's see. And then the last category I'd like to cover would be a genuine surprise. Let's see. And whenever I think of things that would be a genuine surprise, I'm thinking like branching out to platform fighters. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy if all of a sudden they just start like, they said, you know what, Smash, you've had it too easy for too long. You haven't had a big like AAA studio like try to take your crown. A big AAA fighting game studio, I should mention, try to take your crown, right? That would be pretty crazy. Yeah, exactly. What if they made a platform fighter using the popular movie characters from the Warner Brothers universe? Wouldn't that be insane? I think that would make a lot of money. I think that would be a super successful business idea. Hey, I mean, we've already seen the Marvel Tokon trailer here. I'll actually play it for you guys, for those of you who have not seen it, so you guys know what to expect. For context, Marvel has pretty much exclusively worked with Capcom for their Tag Fighter games for the longest time, for quite a while, honestly. So it was honestly really surprising to hear that instead of going with Capcom this time, they wanted to try working with Arc System Works. And Arc System Works always likes to put their own little spin on things, except with Dragon Ball FighterZ. They were actually really, really faithful with Dragon Ball FighterZ, but I think it's because, you know, Dragon Ball FighterZ works really well in the style that they've already mastered in Guilty Gear. So, you know, whenever it comes to Marvel Tokon, they took some creative liberties to kind of like animeify it, right? I wish I could have got my reaction to this. This was crazy. They should add Jason from the Friday the 13th franchise. I agree. I think that would work really, really well. Okay, but while we're joking about this, could you guys imagine Marvel versus DC, the fighting game made by Arc System Works? Wouldn't that go? You know what? I'm putting it in there. I'm putting it on the. Hold on. I'm putting it on the thing. Marvel versus DC? That'd be pretty crazy. Do you like the designs of the character? I do. I think they look very cool. I like the designs of the character, and I like that they're taking some creative liberties. I think it's a lot more interesting when studios try to take a few creative liberties. Like, specifically when it doesn't permanently alter the way that the character looks forever, right? Like, all the designs that are going to be in this game are probably going to be exclusive to this universe, right? They're probably not going to impact the designs of the MCU. So it's unique to see different takes, in my opinion. Like, ain't no way they're going to just make Iron Man like a Gundam, right? But it's cool to see like an alternate take on it. Now, granted, the only characters that really have, like, drastic redesigns, from what I can tell, is, like, Iron Man and Captain America, right? Everyone else seems pretty faithful. Like, Star-Lord is a little different, but he's nothing crazy. Like I said, I've always hated tag fighters because, like, I think that power level has always been, like, something I have not been a fan of. Because it ends up feeling like a one-player game sometimes. But I think with the systems that they've already teased, it gives me a lot more faith that I might actually really like this one. I'm definitely going to be on that Doom shit, by the way. This is definitely going to be my guy. The aura farming walk, dude, with the command grab. Oh my god. You command grab and you aura farm walk up to him. Isn't that crazy? Pull out the Glock. The teleport behind him, pull out the Glock too? Oh my god. Call the laser beam, get the dash through cross up. Aura farm while they're getting crossed up by the assist. Oh my god, bro. Into the air grab. Call the laser beam again. Oh. I really like Cap's design. It fits him perfectly, IMO. I agree. I like it a lot, too. I like the little jacket. Like, yeah, I think there's no... I don't think they took, like, crazy liberties with Captain America there, right? Like, his design isn't, like, too drastically different, but it's just enough to make it feel like it's fresh, you know? Whereas, like, Tony Stark, on the other hand, that's a pretty drastic jump. I know they're both robot suits, but, like, the design of the robot suit is very different. Hearing Star-Lord sound like that is just so crazy to me as well. Where he goes like, "Yeah, baby." Whenever you hear, you know, whenever you've heard so much like legendary, it feels really weird to hear him go like, "Yeah, baby." But yeah, I'm sure everyone is expecting to see news on this, right? This is probably what people are looking forward to, especially since it's coming 2026. That's like relatively early, especially when we've been like looking over other tag fighters that have been in development for like years now. Like I like the transparency that we're getting with 2XKO, but there is also something really special about having like a sudden drop, like something that looks this crazy, right? Like 2XKO has been in development for like 2 or 3 years now, and it's still not out, right? Whereas this, like, they dropped this trailer, it's already got more characters, it already has like debatably a lot more polish. I mean, not even debatably. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Doom should have an aura gauge. It does nothing gameplay wise, but makes him look cooler. You know what? I fuck with that idea. Fun fact: Star-Lord used to be voiced by Master Chief before his MCU debut. Really interesting. I had no idea. Wait, what's the cast? The cast so far? Let's see if there's like an end screen here. All right. So, to my knowledge, there's here. We'll try to pause it here when they start showing all their faces. And of course they're gonna showcase more, right? But it is crazy that like currently 2XKO just got up to like what 6 or 8 fighters, and they show off like 8 fighters here just alone in this first trailer. All right, let's see. All right, so Star-Lord, Doctor Doom, Miss Fantastic, no, Miss Marvel, that's her name. Captain America, Spider-Man, Storm, Ghost Rider, Iron Man. Yeah, they showed 8 characters at the beginning, And like I said, to my knowledge, I think 2XKO only recently just got their 8th character. So I feel like, look, I actually like 2XKO because I actually like a lot of the characters in the League universe, and I like the kind of world they've built. But like, for one, you're probably not gonna have anything on Marvel, right? But then on top of that, like, I don't know, it's just gonna be tough for tag fighters to like garner a ton of playtime. I mean, I myself will probably be hopping back and forth between like Marvel Tokon and 2XKO and Street Fighter 6 and Smash Ultimate or Smash 6 if it ends up coming out. Funnily enough, and now this is a very tentative announcement, but there is a content idea that I've been thinking about doing. Uh, Fajuk in chat might actually know that. He might actually know already that ranked in Melee is available to the public on Sundays. And I was thinking maybe, just maybe, or I think it's Sundays. It's like some date. I was thinking maybe, just maybe, we could make a Smash Sundays Melee thing, you know? Where I slowly try to get better and better at Melee. Learning Melee has always been an uphill battle for me, but it's something that I do want to learn. I've just never like had the incentive or goalpost, and I only recently learned that like ranked is available to the public on the weekends or on Sundays. I'll definitely want to hop in on that. It might not be this Sunday. I think I might have plans, but at the very least, it is something I'm considering, especially if I end up coming back to streaming full time, which is something I've considered. Well, not streaming full time, but it's something I've considered, but it really just depends on finances and my own personal life schedule and stuff like that. But you know, the main reason I've been considering coming back to content or streaming frequently is one, I already like, you know, I have my own like little leisure time where I play fighting games. You know, it's not like I'm doing anything different. I'm sitting here at this desk playing fighting games. The only difference is I don't have the camera on. But then on top of that, after I failed to get into the Sajam Slam, something that I had considered, because I want to eventually one day be able to attend in the Sajam Slam, is that potentially a big reason as to why I wasn't picked is because I don't stream. All the people or I don't really stream that much. All the people who got picked, they're regular streamers. I was just a content creator. So, you know, picking streaming back up might be something I consider. It just depends on finances and schedule and this and that, you know. But I do think we have a pretty nice list of different things that I do have a pretty nice list here of things that I would like to see, things that could possibly be. Now, the reason why I didn't make a bingo card is because there are, you know, unless the bingo card is like 4 things, we're not going to get a bingo. But I'm excited. I'm excited. Let me go ahead and pull up the stream now, wherever that is. Let me look up ArcSys real fast. Let's see here. Oh, wait. Okay, okay. All right. Starts in 6 minutes. You guys think that, what could these be? Wait. Hold on. I gotta look up something. Did ArcSys make Windjammers? Okay, yeah, fair enough. You know what? Let's just look over some ArcSys titles, shall we? Oh, they did make Under Night in Birth. Honestly, I didn't think they did. I mean, it makes sense, right? Let's see. Guilty Gear, Three Kingdom. Man, they've made a lot more games than I thought they did. They made a Double Dragon thing? They made Dave the Diver? What? No. Bro, they be cooking a lot more than I thought they did. I thought they were just the fighting game guys. What is this? Oh, okay, yes. River City, that's a beat 'em up. Oh, hey, they're right there. They're literally on the stream right now. Double Dragon. Yep, they made DNF Duel. I'm not familiar with that one. Yep, Eunice, Under Night in Birth is one of those fighting games that I feel like a lot of people say that they enjoy, but no one actually plays it. Let me look up Under Night in Birth Steam charts. Yeah, how many people are playing Under Night in Birth right now? Yeah. And they said Multiversus is dead. You know what? Just for old time's sake, let's just see. Just for old time's sake. Hey, it's half of Under Night right now. So consider that. Hmm? Yeah. They also had a lot more games than I thought. I didn't know they also made the Hunter game. I know they made Dragon Ball Fighters. Here, view all games. All right, yeah, They do River City. They did that Double Dragon remake. Ground Divers, never heard of that. DNF Duel, Strive, of course. Under Night in Birth. Family Tennis. That goes crazy, I'm sure. All right, come on. Oh, they made that one Kill a Kill arena fighter game. They're responsible for BlazBlue, of course. Oh wait, did I put that on the notepad? All right, we'll put BlazBlue on here. Cuz that's like a pretty big title that hasn't got any love since hasn't gotten any love since Cross Tag, right? And people hated that one. People did not like Cross Tag. They made that one random game you see on Will It Kill a lot, Arcana Heart. Is Dragon Ball Fighters not on here? Wait, why do they just straight up not have Dragon Ball Fighters listed on their website? I mean, I know they made it. All right. I just have to make sure I'm not getting gaslit by their website right now. Who made Dragon Ball? I know it was Arc System Works. Yeah, I knew. Their website just straight up doesn't have games that they've helped make. Weird. Very, very strange. Man, I'm just now looking back at some of the chat. Melee is so fun when you don't have an ult player in your ear telling you it sucks. Bro, I am that ult player. But I will learn it. I will learn it. I will simply get good and accept my flaws. My flaws as a player. Do you have any Marvel characters that you want to Tokon? I would like Daredevil. Daredevil would be cool. Let me think. I always like Hulk. You know me. I always love the big, like, beefy brawler characters that, like, hit you once and you're like, holy fuck. I mean, that's why I played Jason. But I don't know if they have, like, a beefy character that also has, like, the disjoints and the range that I usually like on my larger characters. Like, Hulk, you know, he probably would have something, probably. And I'd probably just play him, but, like, you know, when I think of characters that really call my name, I think of characters who have really solid, like, long-range pokes that are hard to contest, but once they get in, they mess you up. They might be a little slow, and they might have a hard time getting in, but whenever they do get in, they mess you up. And they make neutral and like playing footsies a nightmare. You can see that with Donkey Kong. You can see that with Jason. You can see that with Marissa. All these characters, right? And I don't really know if there's a character like that that I would think would be very like in the Marvel universe. Maybe Super Skrull is like that to an extent. Hulk could have some like projectile or some like good poke. I know he has like a ground rip thing. Your chat on oh yeah, sorry. It was because I scrolled up to read some. Have you seen that 20-minute Samus combo vid that dropped today? I have not. That sound. What could possibly be? How many different clips could you possibly have for a 20-minute combo video on Samus? Is it? It's got to be like a, it's got to be a melee combo video, right? I know that there's a really funny combo video of that one problematic me gunner player who made a combo video to apologize for being like a terrible, shitty racist. All right. But anyways, we're into it now. All right, let's see what they got. In this program, we'll introduce our new titles developed or published by ArcSys. Okay, so we're probably going to get more than just fighting games, right? Everyone's expecting fighting games, but I'm sure they're going to talk about like, oh, look at this little beat 'em up. We'll see though. You think Mr. Fantastic won't be in because Miss Marvel's in it? No double stretchy powers? I mean, it's possible. They could probably have two different play styles. Honestly, Miss Marvel might be my character in Marvel Tokon, now that I think about it. This is a cute game. For me coming into this direct expecting like some, hard rock Guilty Gear Strive-esque, gameplay. This is a very tame start. What an interesting way to like start the showcase. I think it's interesting to kind of break down how each company begins and ends their showcases. And I think this one in particular is like a kind of a weird way to start, right? Like Sony, the way they do it is they start with a banger and then, they show a couple more good things, then they put on a pile of shit that you don't care about, and they end with a banger. And this is like something I just wouldn't expect at all from Arc System. Oh, you can't hear the stream? Okay, I'll turn it up. Coming this summer on Nintendo Switch 2. All right, there you go. That should be better. This title is a textless adventure game. It is designed for adult women, aiming to help you feel a bit more positive after playing.
In this title, we used a method called rotoscoping. We filmed live action footage first, then traced it and colored it.
Interesting.
Since everything is hand-drawn, it was incredibly challenging. It was really tough.
Yes, it was.
We drew so much, so please take a look.
It's interesting to hear that they're doing it hand-drawn instead of using AI nowadays.
Ms. Taguchi and Mr. Kanasaki, thank you very much. Up next, introducing the latest title from the series that established the beat-em-up genre, Double Dragon Revive.
I wonder if Arc System Works was responsible for Double Dragon in the first place, or if they've only done like a remake of it.
I'll be introducing Double Dragon Revive. First, please take a look at this trailer.
Have you heard? Tales of a legendary side-scrolling action game? that once drove arcades into a frenzy?
This is a little bit more like in line with what I expected.
Revive. A new story springs into action in the world of the original Double Dragon.
Who knows? Maybe their
Fusion of tradition and
idea
evolution in a
for
true modern
showcases
beat 'em up
is start
action
off with
experience.
stuff that's kind of boring, but
This
as you
game
go
is set in a
on,
desolate
it gets
world
better and better
ravaged
and
by
better.
nuclear war. To rescue their
I shouldn't
child
say the first one was
dragon,
boring. I'm sure that's going to be
Dragon
someone's
known as the
game.
Shadow
I'm sure that's going to be
Warriors,
like
the two
really
dragons
important for
rise.
someone.
An homage to arcade classics.
And I'm sure a lot of
Complete
passion was
stages
put
to
into it as
progress in
well.
this battle-focused action game. Players can choose from 4 characters. Repeated button presses perform dynamic combos to repel oncoming waves of enemies.
I've never been a huge beat 'em
Grab
up fan,
enemies and
but
pummel them,
you know,
or throw them in your direction of choice.
same deal as before. I'm sure there's a big double dragon head out there that's really happy.
Stage.
It looks good
Your
visually.
attacks adapt to different situations.
Yeah.
Near a wall, you can unleash a series of strikes. Smashing an opponent you've grabbed into the wall triggers a devastating follow-up. When you're surrounded, unleash a powerful hyper blow to wipe enemies out in one fell swoop. Aerial hyper blows gain different properties.
Be
depending
real,
on your
chat.
current
Is this
altitude.
is like
You've got a
how
wide
much do
arsenal
beat 'em
of
ups
attacks
appeal to
at your
people
disposal.
nowadays?
Find the best option for your current character
Like,
and situation.
Is the beat 'em up genre
You can
dead?
pick
Do
up
people
weapons
still
found
want
lying
beat 'em
around the
ups?
stage, such as knives or bats dropped by enemies.
I feel like we've kind of
Them as is.
evolved
Kick
past
them to knock down
uh,
enemies from afar.
this genre, I guess. I think there's just better methods
Use
of
the terrain
entertainment.
objects to outwit your foes. Some gimmicks are formidable enough to take down even the
Maybe
strongest
there's like a
enemies in single
super
blow.
duper casual fighting
Each
game
stage has
player
unique
that like,
gimmicks.
you
Make
know,
the
they don't
most
want to
of it.
like turn on their brain to like learn how to fight
Whoa,
people, but they want to like
charging in,
press
blowing
buttons
blue.
and beat up, you know,
Time your
bad
attack just
guys.
right, and you'll land a perfect counter.
I only
This
care
is a
about beat 'em ups
critical
like
assault.
warrior type games.
Land
2D ones I
one
don't give a
stun
fuck
the enemy
about.
and
Yeah,
gain the upper
I
hand.
think that you can still make a good
foes
beat 'em up.
closely
Don't
to
get me
find
wrong.
opening.
I mean, you can make some pretty big stretches,
Land
right?
attacks
Like,
on enemies
is
and
Elden
defend
Ring a
dragons
beat 'em up,
engaged.
right? Not
Use
really.
attacks, stage
But I feel
gimmicks,
like
or
that's
land
kind of
critical assault
what
for bonus
a
game
modern
boosts.
good beat 'em up looks like, right? And I feel
Once
like
it's charged up, you
going
can
back to
unleash your
2D
finishing
beat 'em ups
blow.
is just kind of like
Clear out nearby enemies
devolving
and
or
deal
like taking a
massive
step
damage.
backwards.
And of course, no beat 'em
You
up
can
is
just still
complete
get the
without
same
co-op play.
satisfaction of
This
like
game features
that you
both
get from beat 'em
online
ups just from
and
other
co-op, of course.
like
The
games, I
gold
guess.
standard that once defined
Like,
the era is now
I'm sure
reborn.
people would actually like a new Devil May Cry or a new Bayonetta, right?
Releases October 23rd, 2025.
Fighting games are
Available in
beat 'em
both
ups because
physical
you beat 'em
and
ups.
digital
That's true.
editions. Pre-orders open now.
Thank you for watching. How was it? In
How-
this
how
game,
was it?
We aim to offer an intuitive gameplay for new players, as well as the classic entertainment of the beat 'em up genre.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is beat 'em ups
We are
not
pouring
already
full
kind of
effort
like
into development to ensure our
intuitive
latest
for
entry into
beginners?
this 38
Like the
year-old
entire
series.
concept of a beat 'em up.
Furthermore, if you pre-order now,
I guess that's
you'll
not
receive
always
the
the
pre-order
case. Like
exclusive
for
game,
example, if you use
Double
the
Dragon Dodgeball.
use the stretch that I already used and
Many
say
of you
Elden
might
Ring is a beat 'em
recognize
up,
this
right?
visual and game
It's
screen.
not really a beat 'em up, but you know. I guess you could say it's not very intuitive to new
Scheduled for
players, or
release
it's
on
harder.
October 23rd, 2025. Pre-orders are now open for both digital and physical versions. Be sure
Every
to
game
put
where I
in
can
your
throw a punch is a beat 'em
pre-orders.
up. True, true.
Thank you, Mr. Ishikawa.
Mario has a kick. Is Mario
Next, we
64 a
have
beat 'em
game
up?
From French game developer .mu, the new
Something to
game
consider.
genre of roguem-ups, a
Roguem
combination
up?
of roguelike and beat 'em up. Absalom.
Roguelikes are already kind of beat 'em ups, right? Like if you were to go play Dead Cells or something, that's like I'd call it. Would you call Dead Cells a beat 'em up? Now, don't get me wrong. I actually really like Dead Cells, so this is something I'm here for. Hmm.
Minasan konnichiwa.
Dang, they turn off that project real fast.
今回は英語も紹介しています。Hi, I'm Mike, producer and co-creative lead at .mu. the French studio and publisher behind multiple top sellers such as Street of Rage 4 and TMNT Shredder's Revenge. Today, I'm thrilled to announce to you our brand new creation, Absolem, and to partner with ArcSys Works to bring this game to
Oh,
all
they're just
players
partnering
across
with
Asia.
ArcSys Works, I see.
Co-developed with our longtime partner Guard Crush and brought to life by the talented animators at Supamonks, Absolem is our very
Now,
first
granted,
original
I
IP.
don't hate this idea. I think a 2D beat 'em up, but with a little bit more to spice it up, I think it'll be fine. I'm just not a huge 2D beat 'em up fan, and I can't say I know too many people who are.
We can't wait to show you more about this game coming later this year. Minasan, ijo desu keredomo, game wo tanoshimi kudasai.
But, you know, having roguelike elements... Maybe I'm just a sucker for roguelike elements. Could be the case. Kind of funny, my head's covering the subtitles. Yeah, it's been a while since I streamed. I gotta...
Thank you, Mike. Next up, we've got 2 totally unreleased titles we are revealing today.
Okay.
Please take a look.
Okay, this could be big. This could be pretty big.
Hello, everyone.
Super niche.
I'm Sohei Nikawa from Super Niche. Today, I've prepared a very special new title.
I'm not familiar with this company.
First, please
I
take
guess
a
it's
look
super
at
niche.
this.
Good luck, you got the English dub. That's true. Otherwise, I'd be dubbing it. Gooner game? I need my 3D glasses for this text. Holy moly. You know, I see that they're trying to go for a cool style with that, like, the weird, like, blue and red, like, fuzzy text, but, like, I'll be real. I just think it looks ugly. It kind of hurts my eyes.
Night Fever.
Yeah.
The concept of this game is to embrace being evil. This game lets you wildly enjoy all sorts of wickedness. There is a game I made in the past, which I am going to overcome
Okay.
with this game. Now, I will tell you the genre of this game, which is very, very long. Are you
What?
ready? Enemies, allies, kill, kill, kill. The more you die, the stronger you become. Raising speedrunning simulation RPG. Got it?
What a
I know
genre.
you feel it's nonsense, and I feel the same when saying it myself. But that's how outrageous this game is. So, we hope.
I wish we could have seen like any
I
gameplay.
haven't brought any game footage today.
All right, yeah,
but
there it is.
The development is already in its final stage.
What? It's in its
And
final stage,
we're
and you don't have
actually in crunch
gameplay
time.
footage?
We're about to release an incomparable and extraordinary game.
I'll believe it when I see it, brother.
Please, get ready for it. Check it out.
All right, what they got next? I know someone who will probably enjoy that game.
I'm Tomohito Oka, a producer at Taito Corporation. Today, I'm here to bring you information on the latest title in the Bubble Bobble series.
This game is
Take a
fucked
look.
up and evil and makes no sense. That's how outrageously wicked it is. That's true. That's true, Peachy.
Taito's Bubble Action
Oh
Game
yeah,
series,
they did make Bubble Bobble,
returns
didn't
with a
they?
completely new game.
I forgot about that.
This time, Bub's adventure is
I remember
in a
going
sweet
to
dungeon with
an
sugary
arcade
treats.
recently that had Bubble Bobble, and I remember feeling mind blown whenever I seen ArcSys Works pop
And
up
use
as like the
your horns and
developer.
spikes to burst the bubbles and beat them. You can get to high places by riding the bubbles. Good use of special bubbles can catch them all in one fell swoop. You don't have to defeat all your
Guys, is
foes.
Bubble Bobble himself
If you
getting
pass
in
through the
Smash
dungeon, you will
Smash
go to the
6?
next level.
How many people on the fighters ballot put in Bubble
Deep into
Bobble?
the dungeon
Be
to find
real.
the treasure
I know
and
all of
bring
you did
back
it.
with you. Materials obtained from the treasures have many uses.
Is this
like
gameplay
being
footage
exchanged
cause
for items.
it
You
looks
can level up
peak?
the
Is that
abilities
what
of
you're
skill
implying,
items
Peachy?
and Bub's abilities too. Set items in skill slots to make use of special bubbles. Go further into the dungeon with a stronger bub.
Is his name Bub?
Each time you enter a dungeon, the stage layout and enemy placement will change. The game feels fresh every time you play. More quests. More
This
powers,
might be game of the year,
an
guys.
all-new Bubble Bobble experience. Bubble Bobble Sugar Dungeons will be available this winter.
This winter? Oh my god. Making it just in time to be game of the year.
Ayumba! I'm Bob, the protagonist of the Bubble Bobble series. How was the trailer?
One of the big features this time is the ever-changing dungeons. We developed this with the desire for you to play Bubble Bobble, always feeling excited and always captivated.
My skills have been powered up too. We have some new skills as well as
Breathe
special
fire
bubbles
right
from
now,
the
Bub.
past
Do it on
items.
camera, or I don't
We
believe
have
it.
remade past skills. But you can enjoy exhilarating bubble action with new skills.
I hope everyone witnesses my great feats with their own hands. But Mr. Oka, there are still many big features, right?
That's right. However, due to time constraints, I'll talk about them another time.
Oh no!
You guys think the time constraints were Arc System work being like, no, we can't have this shit
Well,
on our
we
showcase for
prepared a
too
system
long or
that will
people will
make
click
Bub's
off.
adventure even more exciting.
Great! I'm pretty excited too.
You said you can
Arc
say
System
you're
works
coming out with a game,
in
that's it.
North America, Europe, and Asia. And Taito Corporation will publish in Japan.
Bubble Bobble
Is
Sugar
Japan
Dungeons.
considered
Please
Asia,
keep
or
an
is
eye
it
out
like
for further
offshore of
information.
Asia?
See you next time.
I wonder if Japan's considered its own thing.
Ayumba! We can't take our eyes off of either of these new titles. Please look forward to their further updates. Next up, the popular Japanese anime.
Okay.
has its first full-blown
Okay, here we
fighting
go.
game, Hunter x Hunter.
This is
Net
what people are
Impact.
excited for. This game's already out now,
The
right?
first full-blown fighting game from the
I think
Hunter
I've
x
already
Hunter
seen people
series.
playing it on Twitter.
Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact. 3 versus 3 Nen ability team battles, recreating the world of Hunter
Now,
x Hunter.
once again,
Enjoy the thrilling
I'm not a
dash
big
combat
tag fighter
using the
player,
rush button.
but
Unleash
I know
all the
people are
hearts
very
from your
excited
aura
for
and
this.
rage. Gather collectibles that will definitely satisfy all the fans. Aim for 100% completion. Single player mode contains a variety of modes. In story mode, you can enjoy watching iconic scenes from Hunter x Hunter. Smooth online battles.
Oh, which
featuring
is it
robot
straight up
mode,
scenes from Hunter x Hunter, or is it like recreated with the
engage in
models? I
intense
wonder.
Online battles, risking your rank points. Check out our unique system of wagering GI cards. A total of 16 characters join the fight. Make your
Bro,
ultimate
2x
team
KO
and
is so
claim
cooked,
victory.
bro. There's 16 characters in this, and there's still only like 6 in 2x KO. I'll be real, I don't know anything about Hunter x Hunter. I knew the 4 characters that you'd probably call main characters. I've watched like the first few episodes. I know Leorio. I know main kid that I can't even remember his name. Gon. Gon's his name. And the blonde lady.
On July 17th, 2025.
2XKO does when they have to keep
Up
making the game they
next,
said they wanted to
latest
make.
information
True.
From the genre of fantasy light novel type, stylish action fighting.
Ooh,
Under Night
okay.
in Birth 2, Sis Salas.
I do wanna get into this game a little bit and try it out because I did really enjoy my time playing Under Night in Birth whenever I did like play it last. And now I actually think there are characters that I'm a little bit more inclined to want to play. Like that shield guy was not in the game whenever I played, I guess, the previous game. Is it just on sale, or?
Hello, everyone. I'm Kamone Serizawa from French Bread. Thank you all for always playing Under Night in Birth.
All right, let's not say always. All right, we just checked the Steam charts. It's like
Today,
it's like
I'm here to
100.
bring you the latest information on Izumi, our new DLC character. She is currently under intense development, but a pre-release demo for Izumi will be available at Anime Expo, held in Los Angeles, USA, starting July 3rd. Please give Izumi a try if you attend the event. Also, in August, we'll have AVO 2025, the world's largest fighting game festival held in Las Vegas, USA. Under Night in Birth 2, Sis Celis has been selected as a main title this year.
I need to check and see what the main titles of EVO are this year. I honestly forgot.
Arc World Tour 2025-2026.
Oh, there's a qualifying tournament series for. There's a tour for ArcSys or the for Under Night in Birth. I might have to check that out actually.
Thank you, Mr. Kamone. And now, this will be our last announcement.
Dang, really?
A brand new project.
All right.
By ArcSys.
Let's see what they got cooking.
Please take a look.
Hello, everyone. I'm Daisuke Ishiwatari.
Oh,
Chief
this
Creative
is
Officer
Mr.
of
Arc
Arc
System
System
Works, Mr. Guilty
The
Gear.
game market is tough now. To overcome that, Arc System Works has launched a new project. It's an action game project. You know what? Let me explain. Arc System Works is a fighting game company. I'm
Yeah.
sure most of you recognize us as so.
That's true.
However, to achieve a new brand where we are known for quality mid-range action games, we decided to establish a new pillar outside of fighting.
I don't think that's what people wanted to hear.
You might be wondering why I specifically use the term mid-range. There are many reasons. But one is that even creators themselves can enjoy striving for their dreams. In recent years, with AAA blockbusters and excellent indie titles gaining popularity, it has become extremely risky for companies to create new series. This has led to dwindling opportunities for young creators to have their own projects.
I mean, we still see
We feel
indie
the
games
need to
pop
focus
up
our
all the
efforts
time.
towards the future a decade from now, such as to build stable development schemes and to accumulate technology and know-how. Our flagship title, Guilty Gear, has now become a million-selling copy work. But its very first installment was a small-scale project. From there, over many long years, we built a foundation that could guarantee a certain level of quality in the fighting games genre. Similarly, we hope to take a step with this project that will eventually lead to bigger dreams. And precisely because they are mid-range titles, this will create many opportunities to produce many titles and cultivate many creators, and we hope that will become one of the future values of Arc System Works. It was a long introduction, but I was able to bring some development footage from the first work of this project. So,
I'll stay cautiously optimistic about
is
this.
Damon and Baby.
Damon and Baby. You know, it's interesting that he said that it's hard for a company to make a new series with a lot of indie games popping off, because it feels like, you know, I'll shut up and maybe they'll show more. If not, I'll give my full thoughts.
Keep an eye out for Arc System Works' new projects and the new titles that will emerge from them. They're going to be really exciting. Arc System Works Showcase. We've introduced brand new titles and latest updates for various games today. But now, it's time to say
Dang,
goodbye.
really? No one more?
Hope you found a title that resonated with you. You can bet we will continue to develop games every day that users can enjoy. So please look forward to our future updates and information. Well, see you next time.
Dang, that was really it. That was really for real it. That was so crazy. Crazy in, like, unfortunately, a really bad way. Man. Wow. You know, maybe it's on me for getting my hopes up, but oh my god. That was, it was just a wild angle to showcase. For one, you know, as he stated, Arc System Works is known as like the fighting game company, the company that makes the fighting games, right? And then show off no fighting game content at all. Like, and the one fighting game announcement they kind of had is that, hey, a DLC character for Under Night is gonna be on demo at EVO, so go try it out at EVO, I guess, if you have the money to show up for EVO. And then they're like, they spend the entire showcase showing off games that aren't fighting games, and then at the very end, the guy says, hey, we're Arc System Works. We're known as the fighting game company, right? So what we're going to do, what we have to announce to you right now that won't be surprising to you at all, is we're going to make games that aren't fighting games. I'm like, really? That's what your angle was for this showcase? I'm like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm sure they're not going to be terrible games, but it feels like, I don't know if it was a mistranslation or what, but what he said kind of directly conflicts with what they're choosing to do as a company. He said, hey guys, it's really difficult for new companies to create new series for a new series because of the popularity of the indie scene, right? And I'm like, okay, kind of, maybe, but, you know, a lot of these big companies already have pre-established IPs, so they have, like, a pretty safe bet and can continue, like, innovating and making sequels off of all of that stuff, right? But then he went on to say that companies nowadays can't, like, innovate and create new titles, but, like, commenting on the success of indie games in the recent years and seeing how many of them pop off frequently, I feel like directly conflicts with that, because, you know, we already kind of have an influx of, like, a shit ton of indie games that have cool ideas that pop off frequently. I mean, like, just in this past, like, week or so, that game like Peak and Big Walk have been getting a lot of attention. So I don't know. I personally do not like this direction. And then to tease us with Soul Bad Guy at the end is, man, maybe there's more. Maybe they hit like a, oh, for all of you guys still wait. No, that's it. I don't know. Yeah, that was their first showcase ever. But yeah, I do think that they have a good niche in fighting games. And it's really sad to see them not want to capitalize on their niche and, like, continue to push that forward. Yeah, everyone's really disappointed. They're like, everyone wanted to see a new fighting game, and I think even if they showed, like, a little more info on, like, any of the fighting games, it would have, like, carried this showcase. But I think people now are going to go forward recognizing this as a flop, an omega flop. So yeah, I not super excited about that, and I don't know if Arc System Works is going to be able to compete in other markets. I think they have I think they have a strong suit, and I think that they should honestly just focus on that and not try to branch out and do everything, because I hate to say it, but Arc System Works, they make great fighting games. I don't trust them to make good any type of game, I guess. I don't know. It's just I'm personally quite disappointed, and I'm sure many others are also disappointed. That people wanted Fighter Z content, people wanted a new Persona fighting game, people wanted any new Under Night In-Birth game or like content. People wanted info on any of the DLC characters. People wanted more info on Marvel Tokon. There's so many things they could have shown to like carry this and be like, okay, I know we showed you guys a lot of shit you don't care about. But here's one thing that you at least do care about. Thanks for watching. And I guess we'll leave you off with this. But no, it was just an entire showcase of stuff that, like, anyone who was interested in watching the Arc System showcase probably did not care about. Like, these are things that, like, people would care about if they seen on, like, recommended through Steam. Or these are things that people would care about if, I don't know, if you were a casual enjoyer who wanted to figure out if there was, like, you probably look up to see if there was a new Bubble Bobble game or some shit like that, right? This isn't something you pull out for a showcase, right? This isn't something that you announce, hey guys, we're going to be showing off a lot of cool games. Tune in. You don't want to miss out, right? And I feel like them choosing to do that in their very first showcase, it kind of hurts the trust of the people who want to tune in, because I promise you a bunch of people tuned into this one. Going forward, after leaving off this impression, people probably will not be tuning into the next one or the next one or the next one. So their entire, I guess, organization of this showcase is probably going to be like a huge money sink for what will effectively be no reason. I know that I probably won't be watching the next Arc System Works showcase unless it's specifically stated that they're going to be talking about fighting games. Honestly, I thought the fact that they mentioned that Daisuke, the guy behind Guilty Gear Strive, and saying that they were going to be talking about a new project that he was taking on. I honestly thought that was at least a little bit of a inclination that there will be fighting game content, but I guess turns out there wasn't. But yeah, honestly, if there was, like you said, Saints Ronan, if there was even a new like character reveal for Marvel Tokon, that would have been enough for the fan base to at least be like, okay, that showcase sucked, but at least we got this. And the problem is there wasn't even really but at least we got this. It was just all bad. I don't know. I'm sure that the people who are behind these projects are really passionate in what they do, and they really do care about, like, pushing forward their personal ideas and dreams and whatnot. But I don't think that the way that those publishers want to go is through a company whose niche is specifically fighting games, right? I could see maybe I could see maybe getting published by maybe the beat 'em ups could kind of fit in alongside Arc System Works' other works. I could see what's Bubble Bobble is a Arc System Works thing, so I guess that's fine. But like, I don't know, taking on like other game genres as a whole, I feel like is just gonna like, I feel like it's just gonna like take away from their already strong niche that they kind of have, Yeah, that's a great way of putting it, Saints Ronan. It's a lot of things that you don't care about, and that's about it. So yeah, It sucks, but you know, I'm glad you guys ended up staying here to suffer with me. You know, thanks for tuning into the stream. I'm going to be heading out. I may try to stream something. You know, I definitely still have tentative plans to stream more often. I don't have anything. I can't promise anything, and I can't like tell you, oh, this is gonna be my new schedule. But if I ever do get some free time and I'm able to kind of stream me playing fighting games, whatever I might be playing at the time, I'll be sure to, you know, post about it on my Twitter page, as well as make an announcement in the RPS Discord. So be sure to, you know, keep the notifications on for that. Stay tuned, and yeah, and yeah, everyone, take care. Have a nice night, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, lastly, I have a video coming out tomorrow, so get ready for that. It'll be pretty exciting. It's going to be talking about frame data, and how you can like take it, how you can essentially tell what the frame data is of certain moves without actually looking it up. Basically, how you can just abuse frame data without actually knowing it. So I think that'll be a good video. I'm hoping that next week I'm able to finally finish this Hitmonchan guide for Pokemon Close Combat. And then I have a couple other videos in the works. My next big video for, you know, the loyal people still watching the stream even after I tried to sign off is going to be about fighting game, the ban culture of fighting game stages. So you guys have a lot to look forward to. I have like 4 different projects in the work that I'm working on at the same time. But yeah, stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Take care, everyone.